Morning, Alex Stone.
Hey, McGraw, good morning. Yeah, we're on the move right now, leaving New Hampshire as the campaign trail continues here. But this was Trump's latest stop. Clinton was here several days ago and trading barbs while they were here in New Hampshire. But for 4 electoral votes here in New Hampshire, they're putting a lot of effort and emphasis on this state.
Donald Trump, all the news this morning is that somebody in his campaign got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and either he or somebody hacked into his account and went off the rails on a number of tweets about Miss Universe. What's the strategy here?
Yeah, well, it looks like Donald Trump was up at 3 o'clock this morning and started the tirade. This was kind of an old-school Trump tweet tirade that we used to see before the current leadership of the campaign was put in place, and they kind of cracked down. It looks like that he, or if it wasn't him, then somebody hacked in, got up at the wee hours of the morning, pulled up either his computer or whatever he uses, and started sending these out. One, he talks about Alicia Machado. That is the former beauty queen who has come out against him. He calls her in these tweets disgusting and brings up a sex tape. Now, this sex tape, nobody knows if there is a sex tape with her in it. There is a grainy image that he's referring to, a grainy video that has a woman in it, and that, truthfully, based on today's media, isn't all that explicit. You see people under sheets and the sheets moving, but nobody can prove that it's her. It's not clear if it is her. But anyway, he talks about that sex tape. He also went after reporters in these tweets today, saying if you hear stories about unnamed sources, and unnamed sources saying things, that then they are made-up stories, they're lies, that there are no sources inside his campaign. As somebody this week who has been reporting what those inside sources have said, I can promise you that there are sources inside the campaign, and they are not made-up stories. Those sources talking, and they are at senior levels in the campaign about what went on with the preparation for Monday's debate, that they think that he failed in the execution on certain topics like Benghazi. One source even saying that they thought he didn't have the nerve at Monday's debate to bring up issues like Benghazi and Clinton's infidelity, Bill Clinton's infidelity, things that they had prepped him on and said for whatever reason he didn't carry them out. They thought he should have done mock debates, which he didn't do. So those are sources. They are not made-up stories.
Alex Stone, how much of this is going nuclear to avoid or to change the subject from that Newsweek story about him trying to illegally get into Cuba and break the embargo and try and set up some hotels in Cuba?
Yeah, it's hard to know what, if there is a plan behind this, what that plan was, or was it 3 o'clock in the morning tweeting half-tired? We don't know. But Newsweek, the campaign not responding to Newsweek's article, Newsweek reporting that under a covered name, a secret name that wasn't the Trump organization, that while the embargo was in place, that his company tried to get in there and actually did send people there and spent quite a bit of money illegally, even though he has been very strong toward the embargo. And in Little Havana, making comments about until Castro is out of power, that he will not allow that embargo to be broken. Right now, the campaign is not responding to it.
So he brings up a possible sex tape, as you mentioned, with a grainy video. Does he forget that the New York Post printed nude photos of his wife with another naked woman?
Who knows what's going on in the campaign and in the mind. There are conservative websites that have been putting up this video, but this video is by no means authenticated to be Machado, and there's no indication that it is her right now. Those who believe it's her believe it is her. Those who don't have enough proof are saying, wait a second, and let's wait. Now, he took this up a notch today by tweeting that out, if in fact it was him, which it seems like it was, and calling her disgusting. But it was just one of a number of tweets that he sent out this morning.
Alex Stone, again, that's why you deserve combat pay for between now and the end of the election. ABC News on the campaign trail. Alex Stone. Alex, be safe.